So look at the tests. Code quality is really important. The only thing that I see that is inputted to tests is if the code quality is not what we want it to be, the test will be flaky. That I will give. But from what I see, if you have right code in the tests, right approach, most of the time, or I don't know, 98% of the time, the issue is not with the tests, it's with something else. And you need to be smart about it. You need to have process around it to let you understand what is causing that. And sometimes you will discover really, really good things that will help your application, will help the overall system to work better because of it. So we have tests, code quality, information, shift left, layers approach. So look at your tests, make sure that they are not a problem. Look at your infrastructure, how data is put there, how are the connections, how are the users, what information can we extract and save from it that will have you everything in there. Look at your application. Make sure that you have bulletproof deploys, because the deployment is one of the things that we must rely on. If it's green, we must be sure that the deployment is done successfully, the application is running successfully with the right connections, with the right database, with everything working as expected. I don't want to click on the main page and that just explodes. Make sure that you collaborate with your development team. Make sure that you have channels where you can communicate with them in order to increase the stability of applications, and also helping or getting the help into the code that you maybe have on your tests. So let's change this and say, well, I found a flaky behavior in the system. Remember, you need to have ways to cope with flakiness, and if you have quarantine tags and running all of that, but make sure that you address that. Make sure that you remove each one of these bits until you find the culprit for that flakiness. If it's the code quality of tests, fix it. If it's something in infrastructure, show it to your operations, show it to your application, to your development teams, and say, well, I found this. How can we cope with it? If it's something just on development, it's hurting you. It's hurting the company because it's taking you time to analyze. It's taking you time every time you run things. So even if it's not production, you need to have that working. And what we did also on those different environments is, if you take one of those environments and it's always broken, why do you have that environment? Because it's a um, never ending way of making you lose time solving this, solving that, solving the other thing. So make sure that you bring that up and make those changes.